Welcome to the very first video of the Italian Radio Hour. We are in Columbiana, Ohio. You're probably wondering, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? So here with me, we actually have Roberta Sparta, who is an actress and a producer, and she's actually here with a crew. They're shooting a movie here, and we decided that we would connect with Roberta to find out the background, what happens behind the scenes. But let's backtrack a little bit. Ciao Roberta.
Ciao,
Benvenuta. So Roberta, do you want to tell our audience where you're originally from?
So I'm originally from Vicenza, actually Due Ville, which is a very little, not even town, village, I'm gonna call it, in the north of Italy. It is roughly like hour and change outside of Venice. North, where am I? I'm northwest, northeast, northwest. Northwest of
Okay,
Venice.
so my recommendation is
Geography.
pull up the map and double check where Vicenza is. What is Vicenza famous for? Is there something?
Vicenza, yes, it's famous for two things. One thing is gold, because we used to
doesn't
have
like
the, and I don't have any, we used to have the biggest international gold fair called Vicenza Oro.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
for Palladio, because
course.
we have all the Palladio Villa. And fun fact, Due Ville, where I'm from, which means two villas, is because we have two beautiful Palladio villas. So
Wonderful.
there you go.
How long ago did you move from Vicenza and you are now in LA? Was that Vicenza, LA, or did you live somewhere else in the US before moving?
Straight to LA.
Tell us the story.
Straight
Come
to
on,
LA.
give us the scoop.
So I was living in Milan studying diction, Italian diction, because I have a very thick regional accent from Veneto. And while there, I fell in love with acting. I started acting, and probably 2 years after that, I was like, done with Italy. I want to explore new lands, learn new things, and I applied to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in Los Angeles, got a scholarship, got a one-way ticket, packed my bags, and left. Sounds familiar?
So the one-way ticket, yes, it does sound familiar. I didn't have such an important career in acting, but then you came to Los Angeles and you continued to pursue your passion. And if I understand correctly, in addition to the acting, now you are a producer. You have your own production company along with your husband.
Yes, so we have our own production company, and we're based in Los Angeles, California, Sherman Oaks in the Valley, and we have a ton of gear. So we also work as a rental house for other production that need equipment, and we are a one-stop shop because we can handle everything from pre-production. So let's say you come to me, it's like, hey, I have a story in mind, help me, realize
we had that
it.
conversation.
And we
over
had
lunch.
also that conversation.
Stay tuned, audience.
we basically make people's vision a reality because we have the tools and the means and the crew and the technical knowledge to do so. Yeah.
So we have this connection. We both belong to the group Italian Women USA, and you were looking for assistance because there is so much that goes beyond the making of a movie, and I hope you're going to elaborate on that. That you kind of reached out to the Pittsburgh crowd and to see if anyone could help. Columbiana is 75 minutes away, so it's a little bit of a drive, but obviously I couldn't miss the opportunity to come and meet Roberta, to welcome her on the East Coast with all the beautiful snow out there. And when I came here, we were planning to go for breakfast/brunch, and then a work call happened, and before you know, we're in the parking lot pulling out Zoom. You're talking to the producer, you're talking to another lady, and I was just mesmerized by the amount of details and preciseness. So what happens when you are at the very first stage? I believe you were looking at the location and multiple locations, taking pictures. Can you walk us through that process?
And thank you for being so patient, by the way. I was like, let's go for breakfast. No, let's
it
go
became
back
early
into the
dinner, by the way.
let's go back into the room and work. So yeah, we were on a Zoom pre-production call. It was me, the director, and the art department, because a crucial part of making a movie is recreate the world that lives on paper, that lives on the script. And so we went on a location scout yesterday. Our department couldn't be with us, so I took pictures of all the different locations, and each location is a a part of the world where our characters live, and so we have to sometimes strip down something that is already existing in that location and make it so that it works for our world, which it can be. We have to change the clock because the clock that is on the wall wouldn't necessarily be the clock that our characters would have on the wall. Or maybe we have to use more of a certain color palette or change things. So creating the world, so first you write the script, and once the script is written out, then you have to go in and physically create that world in the locations you have. And that's when the coordination between the director, who has the vision for the movie, and all the other departments comes in, because it needs to coordinate with our department, with wardrobe, with casting, where the actors that are going to be playing the roles, with cameras. And that's where I come in, especially in this project. I work as a first AD, which is a first assistant director, and so my job is to coordinate between the director and all the other department, and also make the shooting schedule, so organize the shots per day, because the movie is not shot in chronological order. So let's say we have our location is the living room, we're gonna shoot all the living room location, all the living room scenes first, and it can be beginning of the movie, ending of the movie, so you work smartly accordingly to people's schedules, location schedules, and there's a lot.
And for those of you who might live in the area and watch this video, there's going to be, is it February the 12th, a big crowd scene or something? I don't know, maybe I should hold it.
So we should have held that question, because as of now, I'm not remembering clearly.
Okay. I was just trying to create some excitement for anyone that lives out here. But so it sounds that, no pun intended, you really have to call a lot of shots to keep everyone on page really and on track, because then there might be small changes that affect so many different people. Now, in addition to that, obviously we're in a time where we have to use extra precautions, and I know that your crew has very strict COVID testing and so forth. So tell me, before you meet in the morning.
Yeah, COVID testing is a must nowadays, like it is wearing mask. In this case, we're not wearing masks because we're both negative for COVID, so we can do so, and we're in a closed environment. But every morning we get tested by a nurse, and we wear masks at all times, but besides when we're like eating or drinking, obviously, and all our talent wears masks besides when they're shooting. And this is definitely something that is here to stay in all productions, and it's very important and crucial that we do our very best to keep each other safe, and also because we don't want to jeopardize the making of the movie, so we cannot afford anything to happen. And we test every day, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to be able to do so.
And I believe there are also children involved into this movie, and I think I've seen a curly little girl. She was adorable. Have you worked with her before? Is it the first time?
No, I haven't. This is my first time. Our two girls, the two leading roles, so it's a mom and the two girls, and I love working with kids. And so I'm looking forward to get started with them. Actually, tomorrow morning I'm going to start with some costume fittings, and that sounds exciting for you and for them, I bet. Can we reveal the name of the main actress and producer correctly? Oh yes, so it's Karen Abercrombie, and I had the pleasure and the honor to work with Karen 3 weeks ago in Los Angeles. She's a wonderful actress, and above all, she's just a great, powerful,
full of energy. Those
kind
2 minutes that I got to meet her, she was just like,
she radiates love, right? Yeah,
exactly. So the next 2 weeks, probably they're gonna fly by. The first week will be kind of getting to know one another, the procedures and everything. The second one. And what happens after all the shooting is done? Let's get back to maybe the technical aspects that we viewers don't get to.
So once a movie wraps, then it goes into post-production, and so basically it's just computer. I don't want to dumb it down, but it is computer work, because then we shoot digital these days, and you just have to import all the footage in the computer, and then the editing process starts, and that's when you build the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of almost like making the puzzle. There's a lot of puzzle making in movie making, but so yeah, they just ingest the footage and they just start working on it. That's it.
So, and then
It's gonna take a few months actually.
Yeah,
It's not a quick process.
so you will make sure that you let us know when it comes out.
Yes, of course.
If people wanted to get a hold of you, whether it's for, you say, acting, producing, how can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. Our production company is Solo Tree, and you can find us as at Chiocciolina at Solo Tree Productions. Our website is solotree.us, and my personal handle is Roberta_Sparta.
Sparta, SPARTA.
And Roberta is like Robert plus an A at the end. That's how I like to explain it.
So from Columbiana, Ohio, we say now ciao ciao e arrivederci.